It's Saturday, the 6th. We have to be out of the EU on the 8th. It's about 11 hours up to Calais. I don't think I made a video yesterday. I'm a bit out of track with the video. Just did lots of work yesterday. I'm just going to do a general update, and I think I have to do a video later to catch up. Might do it on the market, but it's so funny yesterday. This Airbnb, it's not really a debacle, is it? It's just a bit different with the cleaning fees, saying leave it as is, or there's a cleaning fee for 30, and it's just a different order. So we haven't gone ahead with it, and they had to come round to sort the washing machine out. And yesterday morning, Emily was like, should we just go for the cleaning thing? And I was just like, it's only 30 euros and we're not going to be able to clean it as is, and we don't want bad reviews, but if we just do it like we do every other Airbnb, like leave it as is and follow the rules as in taking the bedding off, which is in the rules, and cleaning everything, they're going to have to come in and clean it. It's just that's what they do. You have to do that and reset it how they want to present it. So I just said, no, we'll do it. We'll be organised, because yesterday we made a list of the day before yesterday, we just planned out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday with breakfast, lunches, dinners and snacks that we need. And then yesterday we got finished getting all the food we need for the planned meals, mainly the dinners, having dinners ready in the evening, especially when we're travelling. So if we're driving 6-7 hours tomorrow, you need the food. We've got the fridge freezer in the van, charged up the battery. Yesterday afternoon, basically just spent all afternoon making food, making loads of meals. So we're good to go now for like days, which is good. We've got curries, pasta sauces, lentil bolognese, and other things. But yeah, so yesterday morning we had this chat about, and Emily wanted to go for, she was thinking of going for it, and I just said, it just doesn't sit right with me to go for that, the 30 euros, just to cover ourselves, because they're going to have to come in for an hour or so anyway, so we'll just be paying them, and it's not done through the platform. So Emily just said, okay, yeah, let's just do it how we normally do it then. And so we agreed, had a nice day, got all this food made, and then we were eating dinner on the veranda, on the terrace, and the owner drives by in the car. They're walking their dog or going for a run or something, and then she just starts talking to Emily. Emily gets up and is over the terrace banner, and the lady, Lydia, I think her name is, was just like, don't worry about any of the cleaning, don't worry about like leaving it in the state that it was, and also don't even worry about taking the bedding off the beds. We're like, oh, okay. It's like they heard us. I was looking at some feedback. There is some confusion. Like one guy was sleeping on a sofa in fear of not getting the bedding right, because some of the rules were not only to put to strip the beds and put it in a pile, it was to wash it, iron it, and put it back. So the guy was just like, I'm renting an Airbnb because I'm working here, I'm working hard, and I don't want all these extra jobs. So he's actually sleeping on the sofa. And it was in some of the forums, I was just looking at this. So that's enough of Airbnb, but yeah, it was just so random that they just came by and just said, don't worry about anything, don't do a thing. So yeah, I mean, we'll still leave it in good condition, because that's what we do. We'll be respectful, we'll report any breakages, any wear and tear, we'll let them know. But it's been fine, other than the shower not draining and flooding the bathroom yesterday, and the oven being not very good, and the washing machine not working, and the staples in the stairway. But we'll still give a good review, because it is a nice place and they are nice people, and those things do happen, don't they? So yeah, it's Saturday, it's market day, it looks like a beautiful day. The temperature's definitely coming down a bit. And yeah, we're coming to the end of our 90 days in Europe, but we've We've only done France, the south of France, which has been nice. Got a bit of wine yesterday from the shop for a few people and ourselves. Not sure how much you're allowed to take back, but we'll take a little bit back. It's just because it's so good and so cheap. Apparently, the wine man was telling me it's quite getting harder for businesses here with the government and the taxes, and just people not finding the labour or something. I couldn't quite understand what he was saying, but I was always trying to get to know people and their businesses and see how business is going and what's good and what's bad. But he said the south of, the France has got very expensive, the south of France especially. North Spain's getting more expensive now, but he said the south of Spain's really cheap, still really cheap and really good. So it would be good to get over there. We're thinking of doing like, the ideal I think would be like Indonesia area for a third of the year, like November, December, January, February. So for example, November, December, you could go to Vietnam. January, February, maybe some of March. 4 or 5 months, then to like Thailand, somewhere like that. Cambodia. To get that weather, to get a different culture, different food. It's very cheap over there as well compared to Europe and England. And then it would be spring in Europe, and then come back to England for the summer, because there's lots of farming like festivals and family kind of foodie festivals. It's obviously festival season in the summer in England, but we're a family, so we won't be going to any raves, etc. But there are a lot of festivals that are geared towards families, and there's a lot based around the farm stuff and the food stuff. So to get together with all of the food and farming people would be really, really nice. And we want to upgrade the camper van, with these pop-top roofs. I think 2 to 3 grand. It's probably going to be 3 grand to put a bed in the roof. That means you've got a bed ready to go. You just pop it up, bang, done. And that's nice. Most of those VW campers have those in them because they don't have the head height. So when you pull over, well, when you get in, you're crouching down. Ours has the head height already. So a larger van with these pop-top roofs, that's a lovely combination. And because then your bed is just ready to go, and then you've still got the downstairs like there. So I did mail a company their contact form, heard nothing back, so they're out the question. So I found another company. I was going to get a quote from 2 or 3 people anyway, but yeah, there's several people doing it in the UK. One South Newcastle that looks very good. Website's a little shoddy, but they've got loads and loads and loads of actual pics of work that they've done. So I'm going to get in touch with them for a quote. And and look to get that done. So then we can actually stay in the van a lot more. It will allow us to then, for example, because coming in and out of the Airbnbs, we've learned for a night is just no good. It's just, it's too much, because you've got check in at like 3 or 4 o'clock and check out at like 10 or 11. So, and you sleep for 8 of those. So you've only got a couple of hours really. All you're doing is getting there, having food, and waking up and having a shower and leaving. That's all you're doing. So because now we've made all this food ahead, that's why I've made all this food ahead, because it's going to be £100 for an Airbnb, but that you can get like Abyss motorway side hotels for the night for about half that price, 50, 60 euros. And then you go in and use it just for the night. We can then have a van picnic dinner, because we've got all the cooking stuff, we've got the fridge, we've got the freezer, we've got the food prepared. We are organised and good to go. So we won't need to go looking for any food and hoping to find something above mediocre. And obviously it's a lot cheaper and healthier that we've made it. But then, you know, you just wake up, you have a shower and you go. You don't have all of these rules to follow, all of these jobs to do, which, yeah, just removes the stress. Because it's mostly gone well, but it's just, especially because you've got to load things from the van. If you're then cooking on the Airbnb, you've got to get stuff out the van if they don't have the equipment. So we're just going to have our bags for stuff for the next 3 days good to go, so we can just go in and sort that. But just so that's how we've evolved our travel plans. But then with the van and this pop top, where are we going? Down here, yes. That'll just mean that we could then say we come back from Thailand, Vietnam in March. What we can then do is, yeah, load up the van and then drive to the south of Spain, but just staying in the van. And if we really need to, also get the solar. I want to get the solar on the roof and a couple of skylights. But I've got to look at the skylights. Are quite cheap to buy, but I've got to look at how the skylight is going to impact this pop top roof, and if it can all work. If not, it might be some windows on the side, because we need a bit of ventilation there. So then, if say we come back in March, we can just get the van sorted and get to the south of Spain by just staying in the van. So you just drive, go with the flow, pull over, maybe follow the ocean round to the coast, and do that, and then you get to your destination, rent somewhere down there. And then you've got your van then, because we would have, if we'd had the pop-top van, we would have used it to do things like go from Peugeot, for example, when we went to the seaside. It's, you know, an hour and a half there, an hour and a half back. That's 3 hours. And you spend about three hours there. So that's half the time traveling. We would have actually taken the van and stayed over a night. So you got the whole day and night to relax. And then you could go back to the ocean the next day and spend a bit of the day there before traveling back. So you could go off for mini adventures for 2-3 days at a time as well. So anyway, general update. Bye bye.